All right. Welcome, people. It's August 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, 9 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Central. Thank you for joining us. I'm here with my friend, the blunted one, the only, the blunted one, with all Lakers gears. And look at all those hats. I mean, I am jealous. Um, My name's Anthony. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the Hoops Corner or the Hoops section of the ABS podcast. This, again, just to reiterate from the first episode, we are two dads who follow the game of basketball, who unfortunately or fortunately love the Lakers, however you want to view it, but we love talking hoops. And so thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. At this time,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
it's it's gonna it's
Yes.
gonna be a little lit.
Yes.
We have energy. We just did
Yes.
the Blunted One podcast, which is called The Cafeteria Room. You can watch
Yes.
that on Apple Podcasts. A link is going to be provided below. As soon as the Blunted One provides that link to me, I can put it below. But
Yes.
once that's
Yes.
done, we'll
Yes. Yes.
we'll get that rolling, and that's just a cheap plug. But do you have anything to say?
Yes. Actually, I want to say I appreciate you for having me on again, man. These conversations are awesome. Again, follow me at the Blunted One. Follow Anthony. Please hit the like, subscribe button, and just let's talk basketball, man.
Let's
Like
call
I
that's
am super stoked. I again, I also want to say one thing. I know that I know we're about to talk basketball. The cafeteria room, guys. It's something new. It's something that I've been discussing with myself. That I kind of just brought the idea over to Anthony, and it was a pleasure to have him on. It's gonna be interesting, guys. If you guys want to get a little bit of motivation and get some inspiration, you guys want to just talk, listen, go watch it. Go listen to it on Apple Podcasts. We will have I believe we'll have a link in the description, guys. I again appreciate you for having me on again, buddy.
pleasure is mine, man. Pleasure is mine, especially today, which some Lakers fans, NBA Twitter, and just for all those who have a reference of who I am and what I do, I am an engineer. I'm from Virginia. I'm not from LA. I just love the Lakers. I'll tell my story why I love the Lakers at another time. But here's the thing: we are in this day. I put it in our notes. It's day 53 since Kevin Durant requested a trade
Day
and
53.
lit the
Man,
entire.
I
It's
feel
it's
like it
it's
was
kind of like,
longer than
hey,
that.
dude. It feels like 3 months or
It
four,
feels
like
like it was been
minimum.
90 days, man.
It's
That's
crazy.
interesting that you say it's 53 days, man.
I mean,
Feel
I
like
counted
definitely feels like it's
from.
been.
Yeah, I looked it up, counted back. Maybe I don't know how to count. I am a lazy engineer, but this is crazy. I and let's go right into the topic now because it's an interesting. It's if you drink, for those who drink, or again those who are legally able to drink. This is not a good game, but if you do follow NBA Twitter, this is probably the hot topic, hot word. Another leverage play. The word leverage again, again.
Leverage, man. I'm in the group chat. There's a guy in there, man, that he's ready to like get that word out of the dictionary and burn it. Like he's tired of that word.
I
He
am I
said,
am
"I do
sick
not
of
want
it.
to hear that word again," and I completely agree, dude. I'm done with that word. I think we're all done with that word right now, as far as Lakers
Yeah.
fans, Nets fans, like, or if you just follow like basketball and you like all that drama. I'm pretty sure we're all sick and tired of that word
And
right
for those who don't know what we're talking about, from The Athletic, per Chomps Charania, early in the morning today, I saw this around 8 or 9
Yeah, I
a.m.
believe it was like
Oh,
8. Yeah, it was early. It
yes.
was like
It was
8
it
a.m.
was
Who did I send that to you, or
it
did you
was it
did you
was
send it to me?
everybody saw it. Everybody
Yeah,
saw it
everybody
at the
saw
same
it. So
time. We send it to each other. We
yeah,
complain, but it kind of, it was funny because at first it
it was
talked about
early
the
too. Yeah,
whole
it was early, but
yeah,
crack
it
of
talked.
dawn.
Yeah, exactly. So for the LA people, this is probably the crack of dawn, but it basically stated the where things stand on Kevin Durant on Donovan Mitchell's trade talks with the a month until camp. So just for you guys understanding of the reference, there is about a month from training camp to start. So that is big in certain sense because you don't want to make a trade. You don't want to do things like the day after, like the day before. Like
Yeah, man.
you kind of have to
These
do something
Yeah,
soon.
yeah,
Like you,
soon because these trade talks take so long, man. Like
yeah,
it can take on months. Like so, you would have to assume that there's definitely some talks going on right now because something. And I've been saying this. I don't know if I've said it to you, but I've been saying it
yeah,
to other people that something in the next. And I said it maybe like a week and a half ago or so that something's gonna happen within the next 2 weeks. So it's been a
yeah.
week. We got another week. So I think within the next week or so, we should definitely have some really major traction on a trade. I think, um, yeah, dude, it's definitely interesting what's going on in the NBA. And this is like my first time really actually like ciphering
Same here, man.
like Sham's tweets and reports and stuff like that. So it's I know the game. I've watched NBA. I know the game. Um,
You play the game. I
and I
mean,
play.
not
Yeah,
the NBA, but the
yeah. I don't
basketball
play. I
game.
play
Like,
basketball too. Yeah, I play it. So yeah, I've been like I said. I've been. This is. I don't think this is a leverage play, man. I'm sorry.
all
And
right, all right.
like,
Let's go. Let's
yeah, we
hold
can
your
get into it if you
horses.
want, but
Hold your horses. Let's go read this. At least the part that this is a whole article just for people that are listening. I'm not gonna put it on screen, but for those who are listening, I'm just gonna read out the part that has the blunted one all puffed up macho man saying like Indiana Pacers, here we go. But
I, don't
anyway.
say that. I didn't say Indiana either. I'm just I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, read it,
But
read it.
here we go. Here's the thing. For their part, the Nets, and this is from The Athletic from Shams Charania, says, for their part, the Nets believe they have improved the roster and have a championship level team. The Nets traded for Royce O'Neal, signed T.A. Warren, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say blah, blah. No offense, Shams Charania, but that's a little regurgitating of the same facts. But yes, that's the Nets squad. They added T.A. Warren recently, Nick Claxton, now they're the return of All Star Simmons, a three-time All Star Simmons, Joe Harris, and All Star Kyrie Irving also opted into his 37 million player option, committed to the 2022-2023 season in Brooklyn. Sources with knowledge of the situation say he has been working out with teammates, which saw in Twitter. That's a fact. That's I think everybody knows that. Um, and then says here and holding constructive dialogue with the organization this off season. Brooklyn has made it clear to interested teams, plurality, that they plan to keep the seven-time All-Star according to the magical sources. The Nets were without
The
Simmons and
magic
Harris, and here we
sources.
go, and here we go. I'm sorry. I am a little I didn't have
Okay.
my and for those people who noticed the demeanor that I had the first podcast and the demeanor that I have now, that just has to show to you, please follow the blunted one and follow the cafeteria room because we had a great episode and we just let things, vent out, had great stories, great time. So cheap plug there. Not cheap, but pay for. Anyway. But this yeah, go. I'm just gonna mic myself, like mute myself, and you can just take the floor and
You
tell
want
me
me to go
why this
first?
is
Okay.
not
Okay.
why this is not a leverage play.
Okay. You have to. Okay. What right now? Okay. Right now, everything that has come out. What is the one fact that we all know about Kyrie Irving? What have they been saying? Because that
That he's
narrative
opted
has
in. I
no.
mean, that's a
Well,
fact.
yes, yeah, and but the narrative hasn't changed. That uh, all sources have said that, and I don't have any sources. This is just going off of
Oh, by the way,
what
yeah.
Shams. Yeah,
Again,
we
we
don't have
have
any
no
sources.
sources.
No
We
sources. No
are
sources.
literally going by the news,
Yeah,
going by NBA
no
Twitter,
sources. Yeah.
and NBA Twitter in its old sense, it's kind of like a rumor mill or whatever you want to call it, but we don't have sources, so
Yeah, I
we're
don't have any
just
sources.
we're reacting to the Athletics
Yeah, just things that
Shamsharania's
we've looked
report.
up, things that we've read, things that we,
Yeah,
other people's takes, and
yeah, yeah.
others people like I'm in a couple of group chats that are like NBA and Lakers fan base, and they take their takes, and I kind of listen to what they have to hear. Some guys are older that have seen this before, or I don't want to say seen this before because I don't think we've ever seen this before, but they know their shit. So like this is kind of just bringing in knowledge with the knowledge that I know. Same thing with Anthony. Yeah, with no sources, but from what I've read is that he's committed to Brooklyn. Like I hate to say it, like
Ah,
I hate to say it, like I'm a Lakers, like I'm wearing Lakers, like I have a Lakers hat. You see all
I
my
mean,
LA hats in the back,
if you
like
have a
every time.
knife, don't do it. But you're probably gonna bleed purple and gold. But I
Yes,
understand that. Yeah,
That's it. Yes, I bleed purple and gold, guys.
yeah.
Uh, but the one fact of everything that I believe that's been said multiple times that narrative hasn't changed is that Kyrie Irving is interested in staying with Brooklyn. Like he's okay with running it back, and I could understand why. I could understand why. Like he's playing. He didn't play last year, and I said this on the last pod. He didn't play last year. He's playing for a contract. He's
He
looking
played
for the
a
max.
shortened
Yeah, he
season,
played a shortened
a
season.
very shortened season. But
Yeah,
yeah,
very shortened season because of whatever his beliefs, whatever mandates, what's going on at that time. Whatever the fact is, people like to say he's injury prone, which I can have a take for that. I don't think he's injury prone, but that's near here nor there. But he is committed to staying in Brooklyn, and the reason why is he is looking to play out for his next contract, which makes total sense. The only rebuttal that I think that this whole entire thing that has in here is the big emphasis on teams, which I don't know why Sean put that out. It's weird. I think everybody knows that's weird.
it's a
Even I know that's
typographical
weird.
error. It's
Yeah,
it's it's
it's
it's something that Word didn't
whatever.
catch.
Like it's there. It said he said teams. We all know that there's no teams looking out to get Kyrie Irving. So that's just a huge,
Uh,
huge, huge, huge message. Like telling,
wasn't
hey
it
Lakers, Rob, quit calling us. We're not interested in whatever trade packages that you have right now. We're
correct?
not interested in that right now. We're still trying to deal with KD because I still honestly believe everything is on the contingency of KD getting moved. People believe that there's Kyrie can be moved first. Maybe I don't think so. I don't see it. Um, again, I just don't think that this is a leverage play. I'm being very optimistic that we still can land Kyrie, but my chances for that went from 60%, which I told you I believe yesterday, to
Yeah.
what I read today. I've gone down to like maybe 35% chance like that we land them. I don't know what deal we get in on. I would really have to look at the stats on Buddy Hield,
Oh, we can
Miles
look at them,
Turner,
but
and if you want to
yeah,
look them up real quick, you can on
yeah.
Buddy Hield, Miles Turner. I believe if we get on that Knicks deal, we'll probably get
Well,
like a Cam Reddish. We'll get
yeah.
like the Utah, which I believe is Pat Bev, Boyan, and Jordan Clarkson. I believe there is a path to get like 4 players. Um, I one of the
So
group chats, someone had brought it up, or actually, my bad. On one of the spaces that we
yeah,
were on, someone brought it up that there is a way that we can get a lot of depth.
yeah.
I just don't know what. Honestly, I don't know what trade packages are really out there right now that I personally really like. Um, I do like the Indiana package, but I also like the Utah Jazz Knicks mixture.
Yeah.
Um, dude, I don't know, man. Like it's really hard to like Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. I'm not knocking on them, but there has to be a reason why the other day there was a drop on it that Broad believes that Miles Turner and Buddy Hield are not championship pretty much players. They're not suited to be on a champ. They're not
I
they're not the pieces I believe that they want to put all their chips in.
I
And I
mean,
could and I understand. I kind of
yeah.
understand why. And it's weird. And I told everybody. I believe it has to do with Miles Turner, and I don't think it has to do a lot with Buddy. I believe it's Miles Turner and his medicals. There's something about
I
his medicals that they
think,
didn't like probably, and they
yeah.
were like, no, we can't. There's no one trading for Miles Turner right now. Like, who wants him if he's so good? He's so if people are so high on him. Why is there not another organization out there trying to get Miles Turner right now? And I don't think I don't know. I don't know if I've asked anybody that. Maybe I'm asking you or people out in the world. Like, throw a
Well,
comment in there. Tell me why. I just
leave a
don't
comment
know.
below.
Yeah, I don't see any other organization right now asking for Miles Turner. If they're so high on him, he's this great, such of a great. What's the word? That he has a high ceiling. Why is there no one else trying to go get him right now, other than the Lakers? Because it's
Yeah.
just there's a reason why Rob thinks that. I believe it's the medicals. There's something there. I don't know, man. It's just I don't see it as a leverage play, man. It makes sense to. It's really telling us like, hey, stop, Rob, stop calling us. We're not interested.
I hear you. I understand you. And from the great voice from like what's it called? Like I'm gonna channel my inner Skip Bayless and be like, I hear you, I understood you, but it's my turn now.
I will bet if we can start betting cases of Mountain Dew, if that's what you want to do.
Oh my god, I don't know. Mountain Dew's not my thing, but
Okay, well, we can do
we
waters
can
or
we can.
whatever
Oh
you
yeah,
want, man.
like
We could do
I mean
something like
waters.
that.
I mean
But
Dr Peppers maybe, but something like that. Yeah, we can talk about that off air. But
not a
just
leverage play guy.
all right, all right.
I have spoken. I've been speaking facts. You know this. I've been speaking facts. You know this. Everybody in the group chat knows this. I'm not. I'm dude. I'm not trying to even like. I'm not. I'm nowhere near trying to like podcast. Dude, I guess I am trying to podcast, but I'm not like that guy. I
No,
am
I know.
just.
No, I appreciate your take. I'm not.
I've been speaking facts. That's all I got to say. And
So
you
the
know
facts. So the
I'm
facts.
sure you can back me up on this. Come on, man.
This is the absolute BS podcast. The BS, you understand where that comes from. But anyways,
The
no
BS is
offense, my man.
real.
It's just here's where I come from. And there's one. Okay, the easy part about this is the teams part. Kind of weird that he put that out there.
Yeah.
Let's put that aside. Let's say if that was a typographical error, whatever the case. The thing that like this offseason, the one how can I say this? The one thing that's been consistent each Monday, there's a drop of news. There's like this, like I said
Oh yeah.
before, this is kind of like a desert. We only get like a little bottle. It's called the Athletic. Sometimes it's called Woj. It's called Brian Whithorse, and you just like gobble it up. But in the end of the day, it does say two important things that Kyrie has constructive dialogues with the organization. Does not say the results of that. Does not say, but it does say the commitment. The commitment we already knew because that's the same language that he used when he opted into his contract. We understand that. Kyrie doesn't have a no. I mean, he does have a no trade cost technically, like a 15% kicker. I could be wrong. Please leave it below or something like that. But it's not. It's not the end all deals. Now, I do believe this is a leverage play. Now, hear me out. And this is my point of view. This is not a take there, but there is one interesting thing. The Nets want to keep KD. Period. They do not want to move KD.
Oh yeah.
When we look at the landscape, all of the deals, like today, we saw the Grizzlies. They wanted to offer picks, but no, does what's his name?
Jaron
Bain.
Jackson and Desmond Bain.
Yeah, they didn't want to. They didn't want any of those. Not. They're unavailable. So that deal doesn't go through. That the Hawks. That was actually interesting. The John, but it's still not equal value. So that's no good. The Pelicans, no
No
Ingram,
Brennan, no Ingram.
doesn't make sense. Raptors,
Can you
Scotty
do?
Barnes is off the
Yeah,
table, so
not
that
to be
doesn't make
done.
sense
Yeah.
either. And then the only one that makes the ounce of sense is the Boston deal, which Boston kind of said like in a proverbial kind of like we don't want to talk to you kind of
Yeah.
situation because it's kind of like you're each time we talk to you, you kind of leak stuff. And honestly, I don't blame Boston for not gutting their team because that team made it to the finals. So the market dictates you have to take less for KD, period. So I don't believe KD's getting moved before training camp. Now, here's the fact. KD still hasn't said anything publicly. The Nets have not said anything. Even this report that have not said anything to the understanding of what KD's going to do when the training when training starts, when training camp starts. Because if come training camp, that dude is sitting out, that dude is not reporting to camp, that dude is not reporting to the Nets, that opens a whole kind of KD drama. And in my opinion, that's when Kyrie gets loose. Now, hope for those Laker fans out there. Hope. Here's a hope for those who want Kyrie to LA. At this moment, at August 22nd, the Lakers have not made a move. They've not made the Pacers deal. They've not made the Utah or any of the sort of deals. Oh my God, the Knicks. Let's not make it even about the Knicks, but nothing. They've been quiet. They've been patient, like uh, what has been reported, which is basically they're being patient with the situation. Why? They may have more information than what we do. They may understand that this may take onto a trade deadline. Who knows? Because if
Do you
KD
go in
sits
with
out,
Russ? Do you go in with Russ? Do we really go in with
I think
Russ
they're
to
here's
the
a no,
the
wait.
trade
You're gonna do a
deadline?
two. You're gonna do a two pick, like you're gonna burn your two picks, which people don't understand the value that those picks have. We're talking about 2027, 2029 picks, which I don't even know what roster they're gonna have 2027. I don't know what roster they're gonna have in
That's
2029.
true. That's true.
And
You're
and
you're absolutely correct, right? But okay, what's the point of basketball? What's the point of the
uh
NBA?
well, the point of it is getting the championship, getting the ship.
Okay. So if the point is so if that's the point and that's the end all for the Lakers that they want a championship, you have to put in all your you have to put on your eggs and backs. Okay, I do believe in asset management, right? You have to make sure that
You have to be smart about
you
it.
have to be
Like,
smart about the move. Obviously,
yeah.
you can't be trading 2 first round picks for Buddy Hield. Like, come on, like seriously,
Well,
like we're just
that's what's
what
going
world
on.
are
Like,
we in that we're gonna do that? No
I
one would do
think
that.
here's and
It's not
here's
NBA
and
2K. You know what I'm saying?
and here
Like,
we go to our next topic just quickly. When do the Lakers pivot? Because
oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I've already said when they should pivot. And I think it's
now
LeBron. No, I think it's still LeBron's mini camp in San Diego.
no. But that's not when they're supposed to pivot. Like, when do you believe they're gonna pivot before that training camp, or are you gonna believe that they're gonna pivot
Oh yeah, I think well because
in the
okay,
trade
so
deadline?
we all know that Russ, and I don't know if there's a report on this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe
Sure.
there is a report out there that Russ does not want to be on the Lakers, and I believe it was on a
Uh
podcast on what's his name, Johan.
Johan Buha.
Yeah,
And I
I believe
apologize
he,
if I mispronounce his name,
yeah,
but yeah, he's from the Athletic too.
yeah, he's from the Athletic, and I believe there was a podcast that he was on that I believe he said that Russ does not want to be on the Lakers, like he wants to be moved.
So I remember
And I
that
don't know
Russ
if it's per
had
source. I don't know if that's per
no. Yeah,
sources or anything
yeah.
like that. But you would have to.
People understand.
Uh,
Look at the right. Wait, this side or whichever side with the little icon that says ABS. That stands for ABS. Absolute BS. We are not
yeah,
sourced information. We are talking. We're just fans talking
yeah,
about the game. But
yeah. Go check
here,
that. Go check that podcast out, man. It was interesting to hear what Johan what he broke down. I don't know if you've
yeah,
heard
no,
it, but go listen to it. And
I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I know the podcast that you're talking about. And here's the thing: there is incentive from the thing is if you this is from the Lakers fans
God, we have to
perspective.
move Russ. Like it,
No, they do. Like for chemists, like we can name the reasons: chemistry, fit,
we can't go. I don't think we
um,
can. I just don't believe that
dirty
the
laundry
Lakers.
being aired that we need to clean out. Like
Yeah,
it's
remember he's the best stain on your white T-shirt. Remember that doesn't come out.
that doesn't go. I can't believe I said that, but yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
dude. Like
that's
it's
yeah. We
unfortunate
wanna
that that's what the Lakers are dealing with right now, but you
yeah.
just can't like. Come on, we both have to agree that excuse me, that Russell Westbrook has to be moved. And do you really honestly want to wait and miss out on one more year of LeBron?
No, no.
So okay, so
Yeah.
if that's the case, then why not pivot during that during that mini camp? Because I've said it before on other like I don't know, I don't think I've ever told you this actually, but like
Sure.
the
Tell
the
me.
longer the longer the longer that we the longer that we wait, teams chemistry either fail, build, whatever. We don't know what entails in an entire season, right? Injuries, uh, random players just go berserk, or this dude is just having a great season that he didn't have last year. People are bouncing back. People bounce down like they're not as good as they were last year. I just think that if if we can find the correct trade, the right trade with the right assets, with maybe even trying to retain our future if we're not pivoting to Kyrie now, I think we should make that trade. And if because I believe whichever trade that we do does move the needle. Now, does it make us a contender? I think it gives us a 1-2 punch chance.
I think
Uh,
what people miss, and I apologize if I cut you, but just to hit on what you're saying too, what people miss about the Lakers, or the what people don't understand about the Lakers, is that they have the potential in Austin Reeves, they have the potential in Stanley, they have the potential in the group that they have, which is similar to the 2020. And like just to shout out to Lakers Nation, Sean and that video that they did today, they kind of break down exactly kind of like the whole 2020 construction, which is their margins were very, they had everything to break for them. Similar, and you can argue that for the Warriors, everything had to break for them too. Like for the, it, making a championship team is not all about talent. It's also everything breaking towards
mm-hmm. Yeah,
towards your side,
yep,
because
yep.
sometimes if you face an opponent and you get unlucky with injuries, then you're kind of screwed. It's in certain
Screwed, yeah.
sense. So it's I agree with you in that point. Like we have to maximize LeBron James' tenure here. We can't
Yeah, we have them for
like
two.
this.
We have them for 2 years.
We
We have
have
them
it for
for
two
two
years,
years.
and I
And I
wanted.
understand that
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off either. And
No, 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 no.
and I
You're fine. You're
understand
fine.
and I completely understand where you're coming from on the picks, that they're
Yeah.
valuable. Yes, they are valuable, but it goes on to say like we don't know where we're at that year. What if let's just say what if we're really good? Like then that pick doesn't mean then that pick really doesn't mean anything.
And
Um,
let's say if they're
same
protected,
yeah, like
then
protection,
yeah.
and yeah, we can get them protected. Like I think there is a trade to be done. I don't know which team or where we get in on. I just hope that the front office, Rob Pelinka, LeBron, if you guys want to say that he's part of that decision makers too, I hope they all get together and make sure that that they're asset managing the right way with whatever trade that they do,
Correct. Yeah.
and and they truly believe that the needle is at least makes them somewhat of a contention team, because the Lakers have a lot to prove this year. It's going to be a big task for Rob this year as well, him as a GM in the front office, because I
I mean,
believe
his
he's still
job
on
is
the
on the
hot
line.
seat. He's on the hot
His
seat for sure. So
his job is on the line. Like if they fail this season, I
yeah, if
think
they
that's
fail, yeah,
like for people who says like, oh,
he
for
needs to
next
be
year,
knocked out.
Kyrie.
Yeah,
No, I mean that
he needs to
I
make the
don't
right
feel.
move, and I
Yeah.
think that's why. That this is probably why we're in such a like wait, and he's so hesitant on to make a move. This is exactly why I don't think this is leverage play. I think he's really dialing it back and looking at, okay, what trade can I honestly get without KD being moved and with KD being moved, because that's how they have to look at it, because If
I agree.
because if the outcome is Kyrie, I KD probably is getting moved at that because I don't think Kyrie's going anywhere if KD's not getting moved. And I believe I said that last time. It's all in the contingency of KD getting moved,
Yeah,
or
but
not
like
play,
you
or
said,
and not playing basketball and not suiting up.
that's the key. And here's something for Lakers, and we'll end soon because we've talked a lot today, and I don't want to take much more of your time. But one of the things that I wanted to end on, and you tell me if this sentiment is wrong or whatnot, but don't you think if there was a trade, and this is a question towards you, don't you think if there was a trade, like because Shams doesn't get this info today, he got it a couple of days before. He got it probably a week ago. Who knows? But this is not new information. It's new to us, but it's not new to the league.
Well, I don't even think
So
it's new to us. What
I
in
mean, yeah,
what
I
really
know.
in there are they saying that hasn't changed? We don't want like
The
yeah,
construct
because
no the constructive dialogue with the organization, because everything else
haven't
has
they
been
been?
said. It's just that's the new part where
I
it
believe
can't.
haven't didn't they say that last time that there was good fourth wheeling in the front office in Kyrie or something like that?
Yeah, but then there's the thing
Then
about
they go
this whole
back, yeah,
situation
and
is
then they
there's
always
there's
backlash it with
conflicting
something else.
reports.
Yeah, so
Then there was a report that the front office doesn't trust Kyrie,
yeah,
and it's this thing where if I would say all the reports align, and then there's a lot of smoke, then I'm like, well, there has to be fire. There has to be some semblance of truth. But right now, it seems like it's all. If there was a trade to be had, it should have been had. Like, and this goes for the Nets. The Nets don't want to trade. So if they don't want to trade, then are the Pacers deal
you just.
gonna be like
Do you think
no?
it? So do you believe we're gonna get Kyrie? What's
Honest
your?
assessment, I think here's the thing that gets me.
Oh, I have another
Why
question for
did
you too.
LeBron sign that contract?
Why did I?
Why did LeBron, like,
LeBron
going back
was
to
had
the
to resign because whatever talks that they had during the negotiation time,
so my understanding
there
is
had to be something said to LeBron like, hey, like, and there's actually isn't there? There's a report on it
there's a
that
report there was a report
there was
after our episode there was a report, yeah.
yeah, there's I believe there's a report. I believe it said that there was talks about making the team a contender, and the belief was Russ to be moved.
Yeah, there was LeBron James was adamantly pushing
He was
or
adamantly pushing
privately
Kyrie. Yeah, yeah,
privately
that's
pushing
yeah.
for Kyrie.
But
So
I
here's the
think
thing. So yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
oh I lost my train of
I'm
thought right now.
sorry.
I'm
Hey
sorry.
guys, I need to work on my hosting skills. But here's and maybe this jogs, but here's the thing. They made the whole premise here before all of this was the Lakers didn't want to put two first. Then the report came that they put two first. I'm like, well, then what's the holdup? If they put two first, then it's win now players. And look at the chronological. It's the Nets want win now players. And now we get a report that they're like, no, we don't need win now players. We're gonna roll with what we got. And then it's kind of like
It's a mess
it's
in
it's a
Brooklyn.
mess of information, man.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't make sense.
chaos.
And let me push back on something and touching what you said about the Utah situation. And if they do this trade with Utah, I would be applauding their hands because I'm like, that's reasonable. If they get four players for one,
Yeah, it's like a four
that would be
player.
great.
It's with the Knicks, and we don't get Randall either, or Fournier.
That would be amazing. However, I believe that that trade proposal is undervaluing what Bojan is. Like, I feel Bojan under the trade deadline they can get a way more than what they're getting with the Lakers involved. This is me being objective. We're underappreciating that talent. He's an older
True.
player, but it's just I think he's worth just by himself a first.
You think
So
Boyan is worth the first?
in the trade deadline, yes, a team will probably go for. Dude, I mean, we saw some some stupid things
What
before.
Boyan are we getting?
Like I don't know. You look,
I don't think he's worth the
even
first.
what I don't think, like, honestly, no. But the thing is that it's the market. It's what the market is right now.
For
His skill
wings.
set is what
Yeah.
the it's what people are looking for, and you just need one injury. You just need one situation to happen where a team
I'm good
feels
with the
like
depth. Honestly, if we're
the
able,
depth
I
route. Yeah, it works. It
it works,
works.
dude. It worked though. That depth route works. I don't remember the exact players. I would have to look it up.
The thing
But
here's the problem with
I have
Miles Turner
I,
that
I had
people
a question
don't.
for you, real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so let me ask you this: if Brooklyn offers Kyrie the max extension whenever they can offer it again, Do you think he signs?
Yeah, I mean, that's where I don't understand this. Like that's where I think the
That
mess,
that that,
the
that,
tanglement of
that proves my
everything.
point that this cannot be a leverage play because like think of you really have to sit there and look at like
But if
sit there and really sit there and read it, look at what's going on, and it everything doesn't make sense. But there's a couple things that like I said that
yeah,
just being the same. Like
it's just
he's committed, and
yeah
the only way that he will like I guess ask out or whatever strub or whatever like I want to go to the Lakers is like when the Brooklyn Nets are like they go for a rebuild. And that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. No sources. That's what I've heard.
no, that's
And
fine.
you said that KD probably doesn't get moved. So if KD doesn't get moved, why would Brooklyn move Kyrie? Like
The only
they don't want they said they don't want picks. They say they want picks, then they say they don't want picks, then they want win now players. But like
here's
what's a win now player to Brooklyn? Like
no, yeah. So here's a counter to answering your question with another question, I guess, or something like that. Just quickly, change the Nets to the Lakers. Look at that roster spot, that front office, and just take everything that's Nets and put Lakers. How would you feel?
wait, what was the question again? I'm sorry, my son
So,
popped in.
you're fine. You're fine. Mine is probably knocking the door. So that's here's here's um here's the question again.
Here he is.
Hi. So now I kind of lost my train of thought. No, but honestly, like let's just
What are you doing, Daddy?
We're doing a podcast. Yeah. Can you go
uh
get some water? Go get something.
Look,
hi.
look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna make us really big.
Yeah, buddy.
Come on, sit down. Go sit right here. All right. Well, so
That's the future Laker fan.
yeah, future Laker fan right there, guys.
um no, man, we can wrap up. It's that time of night. But
Yeah.
there's one thing. There's just the one last thing is, what do you think the Lakers are gonna do this week? Is there
This
something that's
week,
gonna happen or nothing?
I think fuck man. I think there's bold. I think there's gonna be some type of traction, some type of traction setting us something big for next week.
I
I don't
think
think it's this week. I don't think it's this week that we get anything. Maybe next week.
here's
Hopefully.
a hot take. Here's a hot take. If this report is true and this is not a leverage play, the Lakers are making a move this week.
Lakers.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got this week. I got next week. So
Yeah,
we got the week started.
they're making a move in the next two in the next 2 weeks. So thank you everybody. Thank you for watching.
Appreciate you for
Hey,
having
we
me on,
we
man.
we we got a three person podcast here, but hey, thank you for watching, everybody. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow the blunted one in Twitter. My handle is also Anthony Vega 86. Thank you all for watching and tune in for more episodes. Thank you very much. Have a good
Peace,
day.
guys. Peace. Appreciate you man, for
Peace.
having me on.
Please,
Appreciate you.
God, you have